So the other day, I just woke up. The other day, I made a video about, what was it? Oh, not ever being able to rise above the identity that you believe about yourself, right? And that's why it's so important to go back and identify and evaluate what beliefs you believe about yourself. And a lot of times, the difficult part about that is that most of those beliefs are subconscious. So the only ways to really access them is through stillness and through the body, because the subconscious will communicate to you through different sensations in your body. If you're still and you're listening, you're paying attention. And I think the next part of that is, I was just thinking about it's Saturday morning. I have the whole day to do work. And I have this constant, never-ending to-do list of everything. And I wake up and I roll over and I'm writing in my morning pages journal. And last night I had this just really beautiful experience at the park with God, and I actually recorded a video about another experience like that. And so I was just in this really beautiful space of just lingering with God. And the first thing I write in my journal is, "Good morning, God," and a little heart. And I'm just kind of here. I have my eyes closed and I can feel just presence, I don't have to rush into my day or my to-do list. And here's the kicker that I was getting to, is that taking the time to breathe deeply and to not just regulate your nervous system, but make calm and peace a regular portion of your day. Meaning, I'll probably do a meditation right now before I even get out of bed. And throughout the day, on my days off like this, I usually do some more throughout the day, just as inspiration strikes. And I think the next piece to our capacity to grow, especially in ways that we really desire to grow or move in our lives, is that not only can you never rise above the identity which you believe about yourself subconsciously, but also it's actually quite productive to sit still and just breathe. Just exist. Not do anything. Not think about my to-do list. Nothing like that. Because the next part is, we actually also can never rise above that which our bodies and our nervous systems have the capacity to handle. And a lot of times we want to hustle through life and make shit happen. And whether it's a career, or you want this kind of relationship, or you want this kind of money, or you want to create something, whatever it is, or experience something, And then we experience kind of like an energetic block, or it could come in the form of like self-sabotage. And it's like, I know I want this thing. I know this thing is really beautiful, even a gift for me to receive. But something just keeps, I don't know, I just keep sabotaging it or messing it up. You know what I mean? I feel like that's because our bodies know that we don't have the capacity to handle that next level thing, because quite literally we're drowning in this current version of us in our lives. So how in the world do we expect our whole being, our body, our nervous system, our mind to be able to handle more, when right now it's like we've been in survival mode for so long? And so I just challenge every day my own pressure, the pressure that forms around me to do and go and check things off of my list and produce. Because quite literally the most productive thing I can do, especially to start my day, is to go to the park and sit next to a tree and breathe. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, it may not seem like the best use of my time, but it's actually quite efficient. Because, as it turns out, no matter what I dream up about my life, and I'm looking at my vision boards right now because they're right next to me, and it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I have to do the internal regulation work with my body and my entire system to say, no matter what happens, no matter what kind of different experience comes up for us in this life, I got you. I got you, and you will always be home here with me, and I will tend to you in a very compassionate and nurturing way. And I will honor your capacity. And I will stop when I need to stop. And I will set boundaries, and I will speak up. You know what I mean? Like, I got you. Don't be scared to grow. Don't be scared to explore, to play big, to allow your bigness to really just grow as big as it wants to. There's this really beautiful passage that I believe it was Nelson Mandela, and he talks about people kind of just existing fully in their light. And he's like, when you shine fully in your light, it gives other people permission to do the same. There was more to that. I lost my train of thought. Let me think. I got it. 3 minutes later. Okay. He was like, it is not our darkness that scares us. It is our light. He's like, we're scared of our bigness, of our just how incredible we truly are. And perhaps, I'm paraphrasing now, like how big of an impact we can make, how big of a life we can live, how big of dreams we can dream. I was looking through one of my old journals yesterday. It says, on the front of it, it just says the words dream bigger. And for a few years, those words were following me around. It was around the time when I talk about where God had posed the question to me, what do you want? Like, what do you want, Vanessa? And truth be told, when I went back and looked at it, I kind of just rolled my eyes at that question. Felt like it was just a mockery of like, it doesn't matter what I want. This is my life. And this is my life. It doesn't matter what I want. But it actually did. And it does. And I think the invitation is to dream bigger. But we have to create a soft, nourished, tended to space inside of us that has the capacity to experience and receive those big, huge dreams. The point isn't to make yourself small or dream less to tend to your capacity. The invitation is to tend to your body and your needs in such a kind and compassionate way where you're truly listening and honoring, and you're literally stopping just to breathe throughout the day. You're stopping just to notice your body and check in and, hey, what do you need? You know, regardless of what type of day it is, because some days I'm in full mom mode and I have the girls, and sometimes I be overstimulated or whatever it is, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna just do my best, surrender to the chaos, let the overwhelm exist and not drown in it, and breathe and make it through the day best I can with as much grace for me and for my daughters as I can, and make it to bedtime, and tomorrow's a new day, you know? And some days I wake up and I'm like, yes, like, oh my God, life, the life and air and breath and beauty and nature and trees. I guess on those days I really, really pour into my capacity bucket. And it's not done through anything on my checklist. It's done through being present with myself and my body, and quite literally saying, what do you need? And doing that. And in doing that, my body becomes more trusting of me, more relaxed and regulated as a place of homeostasis for my more usual state of being. And I truly believe that as a result of practicing being in that state over and over and over again, because of how I create a safe space for me to exist without constant overwhelm or overstimulation, my capacity grows, because I'm proving that I can be trusted to take care of myself no matter what situation I'm in. I feel safe. You know what I mean? I feel safe. And I just know that there's nothing that I can experience that would completely like knock me off kilter. Meaning I could literally win the lottery for $500 million and I would still be me. I would still ground and center in these practices. You know what I mean? I could literally write a book and have it go New York Times bestseller, or produce a movie and it's like whatever, this big giant movie people watch, and I would still find my greatest delight and fulfillment in stillness and heart space with God. I could experience all kinds of like trolling and shit on the internet if like my shit pops off and goes viral, and I would still not allow people outside of me to have a say in my life, positive or negative. These kinds of practices are not just helpful to get through this day and this moment of overwhelm. These kind of practices being a staple in my life signify and prove to me and to my life that I will always find my way home, no matter what. And I will always prioritize these types of practices, and I will tend to my capacity. And even if I'm in some sort of like high demand where there's all these opportunities to be, you know, maybe there's an interview or a book signing or whatever, like as you grow in exposure and visibility and popularity or whatever, and people want more of you, that's a big demand on you and your time. And I just know who I am. I know what's most important to me. I know what my priorities are with me and with my children and our home and the type of life and culture and schedule that we have created here for a reason. And I'm just like, I won't compromise my priorities to take advantage of every single opportunity that is presented to me. I will move with discernment and intuition and spirit and say, what should I focus on? What should I say yes to? And make sure that I'm tending to these foundational needs of mine, even though they seem basic, even though sometimes they seem unnecessary or like even unproductive. You mean to tell me you have all this stuff to do and you're going to go to the park and sit under a tree for an hour? I sure am. I sure am. Yeah. Because I can be trusted to maintain that practice and that devotion to myself, no matter what opportunities come my way, no matter what life looks like, no matter what kind of pressure or a seductive invitation there is to go do this. It's like, okay, I get to decide what my life flows like and looks like, even building my empire. I think we feel like, FOMO, like fear of missing out on some opportunity. And I just know that, I know what my life is going to do and look like and all of it. There's no scarcity, even in opportunities when they come up. Prioritizing moments of stillness and solitude that hold practices that I know for a fact rejuvenate my entire spirit and being must be a priority, because it's not just a waste of time. Without those practices and constant without those practices as a constant part of my life, I wouldn't be able to allow in all the things, all the big dreams that I'm dreaming. And I think it's easy to forget that when things start changing and start rolling in money and opportunities and networking and invitations and publicity or whatever it is. It's like, thank you. I might sit this one out. I might just do 3 events this week, and that's enough. I'm going to have to say no for now, because I gotta go outside and sit next to my tree. I gotta do movie night with my daughters, because it's our favorite thing to do. Yeah. I'm ready. And I will stay ready, because these will be the priorities for the rest of this life here.
You've been given a vision of something to create. Nobody sees this vision. Nobody's gonna see this vision. Nobody's supposed to see this vision. The vision is for you. If you wanted to be portrayed in a better light, you should have chosen different behaviors. It's like there's nothing to stop me. It's fun. I feel free. That's just the most delicious way to live my life. That communion with God, that presence with God is the gift. It is the thing that you're actually longing for. This is exactly where I want to be in this moment, with nobody else but you right now, doing exactly what we're doing. And so I already feel like I'm living my dream life, like I am. Do you trust me? Do you trust me that I got you? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I do trust you. I trust that I see things that God has for me to see, and that I can understand those things. It's been so liberating, because it's allowed me to really trust myself. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm describing what it was like for me to be able to create something out of nothing. It'll be great. It's going to be wonderful.